I am Rhodessa Jones. I'm an activist working with women around the world in prisons. And I'm going to talk about Joanna Haigood. Joanna Haigood, who is an extraordinary artist who flies. And I don't say that lightly. She flies. In her work, she says, I want to be remembered for encouraging people to pay attention to the little things. Pay attention to the spaces in between. Listen more than speak so that we can stand together and possibly find a way to live in peace. That's Joanna Haigood. She's lovely, isn't she? She's ethereal in a strange way. You know, she would never think of herself that way, but I admire her incredibly. She was born in Japan because her father was in the military. From that time until she was 6, they lived in Iran. And then they moved back to New York, she and her brother and her mother and father. Her mother is German. Her father is black from South Carolina. She identifies as a black woman. Her father was totally down on her dancing. Her father was a very angry black man. Navigating that, well, her mother saved her. She said her mother was so artistic and her mother praised her. She went to the London Dance Conservatory and it was rooted in Graham's movement, if I'm correct. So Martha Graham said, she said, people from California believe anything is possible. No, this was her school. And Joanna started going there. And she said because it was so steeped in dance, modern movement, first she was thinking, oh my God, am I wasting my time? She says, but she looks back now and she goes, boy, that was really good that I was doing that. And she met a woman who started taking her to circus in England. She said she started going to circus, seeing circus performances and people flying above. And she said, you know, here we're taught as dancers on the ground. What about that space in between? What about that poetic pulse of being in the air, learning how to lift and appreciate your own weight? The first time I saw Joanna Haigood before I knew her was the piece that they did on the Golden Gate Bridge. I was like, what is this? And also I was thinking, how did she get young black men to do this work? And I said, who did this? And I said, Joanna Haigood, yeah. The piece that I made a point of going to was the one at Artaud, where this was an introduction to Joanna Haigood. I mean, I'd seen the stuff out by the ocean, but to see her sail from one corner of Artaud, right, it looked like she was coming to me. Oh my God, this woman can fly. That night at Artaud, it felt that way in that room, that we were witnessing something that was powerful, and at the same time was magical, and at the same time it was like essential. It moved me beyond anything I could even express that I knew that this woman was furthering my art life. She was challenging me to do more. As one black woman to another, I'd never seen a black woman fly with so much freedom. And if you ever get a chance, take your children to see her. I think children should see Joanna Haigood. The magic she works with young black males. But she said that that's one of the things she wanted to be remembered for, is that teaching young artists and young minds, be aware of everything. She said, because therein lies the mystery, the solving of love and preparing a place for all of us to live. And we should make space, because she is one of those people from the future who has a lot to share with us, you know, and it's healing. It is much more than just art. Of course, art should always be gratifying and luminous and all this, but she is an artist who is driven by the need to seek love and peace, you know, through her work, through flying. You know, it's like, she flies.